Today, we're diving into something that's, both incredibly simple and really profound. It's a different way of looking at your own life. And it all kicks off with one very powerful question. So let's get right into it. So here it is. Just let this one sink in for a second. What if that constant voice in your head, the one that's narrating everything, the one you've always just assumed is you, what if it isn't? This idea alone is kind of a big deal, and it invites us to just pause and think about a completely different possibility. So the source material we're looking at today suggests that there's a fundamental limitation we all deal with. It's this default state of just being lost in the noise of our own minds. It's like having a radio on full of static all the time. And the idea here is that this constant chatter, it's not actually our natural state. It's just a layer of conditioning that we've gotten really, really used to. Okay, this slide really breaks down the core idea. On the left, you've got what the source calls thinking like a human. You know what this is like, the nonstop mental chatter, those knee-jerk emotional reactions, and totally identifying with every single thought that pops into your head. But then, look at the right side, being your source. This is a whole different ballgame. We're talking about a quiet presence, a peaceful resonance. It's about being able to just watch your thoughts without getting carried away by them. It's really the difference between being caught in a storm versus being the calm, quiet eye at the very center of it all. So the big question is, how do we get from that noisy place to that quiet one? Well, what's so cool about this material is that it doesn't frame it as some hard chore you have to do. Instead, it's presented as an invitation, a message that's always being sent from a deeper part of yourself if we can just turn down the volume on that mental noise for a minute to actually hear it. And here's that invitation, laid out plain and simple. Don't think like a human, don't feel like a human. Be in resonance with your source in every moment. Now, I know, that sounds pretty intense. Almost impossible, right? But it's not actually asking you to stop thinking or feeling altogether. It's asking you to make a fundamental shift in where you place your sense of self, away from the noise and toward the quiet. That, of course, leads to the next logical question. If this invitation isn't coming from our day-to-day, chattering mind, then who or what is sending it? Where is it coming from? Our source material actually gives this sender a name, Aouwa. It's defined as simply your true self. And it's so important to get this. This is not some external being or spirit guide. It's the absolute core of your own presence. And it's just buried under that human layer of mental static. And the message from Aouwa is always the same. It's this gentle nudge to just relax into who you really are. This brings us right to the heart of it all, what it means to resonate with your source. This isn't something you do like a task on a checklist. It's a totally new way of being. Think of it like you're trying to tune an old radio. You're not creating the signal, you're just gently turning the dial to find that clear, steady frequency that's always been there, just hidden beneath all the static. So, what does this path look like, really? Well, first, we start to gently detach from that old habit of believing that we are every thought that comes up. You just notice them, but you don't have to grab onto them. Second, we allow our feelings to just pass through us, kind of like clouds in the sky. You acknowledge them, but you don't let them become your whole world. And the amazing thing is, when you do those two things, the third step just happens. You naturally start to align or resonate with that deeper source, with Aouwa, your true self. And this is absolutely the most crucial point to get. This is not about fighting your mind or trying to force your thoughts to stop. I mean, we've all tried that and we know it's a losing battle, right? Instead, it's about this very subtle but life-changing shift in your perspective. You shift from being the thoughts to being the quiet, aware space where the thoughts just appear and then they fade away. So, what's the result of all this? What actually happens when we start to resonate more with our source and less with all that mental chatter? Well, the source material sums it up with one single powerful word: freedom. This right here is the ultimate realization. It's captured right in the title of the original text. You are free. And notice the wording. It's not that you can be free or you might become free someday. It's that freedom is your natural state. It's what's uncovered the second you see the mental noise for what it really is. Just noise. So what does this freedom actually look like day to day? Well, it's freedom from that exhausting pressure to be thinking all the time. It's freedom from being yanked around by every single emotion that comes along. And ultimately, it's the simple, incredible freedom of just being here, right now, completely present. So this entire exploration really leads us to one last question, and it's not for me to answer, it's for you. After you've gently stepped back from the thoughts and the feelings you've always called me, what's left? What remains when the human is quiet?